What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's micro. What was that?
I'm sorry. I was testing the vocals before we started.
Oh man! What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's episode of the Microtransaction in Review. Today we are covering Psychonauts 2. Liquid. Before we get into that, how are you doing, pal?
I'm good, man. It's I'm good, man. No, seriously. Yeah, just been playing some Psychonauts lately. I for the most part enjoying it. I'm trying to get through it as quickly as possible because I kind of want to go back to Hades. I'll be honest, but yeah, I know.
You haven't beat Hades yet?
No, I took a pretty long pause on it. I would say about a little over a week now, and I do plan on going back to it. Like that last gameplay of me using the trident. That was the last time I played Hades.
Bro, and you threw a little disrespect on my trident over there.
I did.
And I don't quite appreciate it.
I just
that was a little
it.
uncalled for.
Maybe I just wasn't fond of it. That's all it was. It wasn't
it's
too
okay.
bad.
It's all about your gameplay style. It's fine.
Right.
But did you ever get the turret, the gun?
No, never. I thought me trying out the weapons would start on like I'm trying all kinds of crap, like just buying everything, trying to use weapons to see if it'll just trigger something. No, I have yet to get any of that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you did. It's witchcraft. Some brujeria you did, bro. I don't know.
I've got the magic in me. Anyway, but yeah, dude. No, honestly, I've also been playing Psychonauts, and we're about to get into it. It's been, a good time overall. But no, other than that, dabbling in Destiny.
Oh yeah,
that's been interesting. Playing with Infinite Neo and Tampa Cornflake. It's been mindless.
Nice,
but in a fun way.
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
It's a good. It's a great podcast. Video game
makes sense.
Like I can listen to something over here and then not pay attention to what's on screen and just do the missions and get in, get out, and like it's fun. It's an all right time.
Nice.
All right. Lastly, certainly not leastly, guys, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, follow us down below. All our dibbly doos are down below, so you want to dibble some doos.
Oh,
yeah.
Do we have dues for you to dibble?
Yeah, and if you really like what you see here today, go on Patreon for $1 alone. You can get our content a little early. So that'd be real nice if you did that. And if you didn't, and you like to support us for free, you can do it right here. Just make sure to do all the things. Now, Liquid.
Oh yeah.
Psychonauts 2. I really want to know what you think.
For Psychonauts 2, I really like it. I dig it a lot. It's for those who don't know, it's a platformer. Psychonauts 1 came in, I think, in 2001. I want to say it was Psychonauts 1. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right.
I think it's like 16 years from now. I think it's
like 2006, maybe 2005. Oh, okay, maybe you're probably right.
One or the other.
Anyways, whatever. PS2 generation is when it came out, and I miss it. I missed the boat on it. As you know, I've been playing the Let's Plays for Psychonauts 1. It doesn't really hold up as much, unfortunately. But Part 2, I do like it a lot. There are a few things that I feel like were better. But for the most part, I thought it's exactly what I wanted. Like, I already liked the Psychonauts world, the characters, the art style, the music, just the story about it. Everything I really enjoyed. I just wish it was on, better. It just looked better. That was my whole thing. I wanted it to look more modern. And I'm so happy Psychonauts 2 came out because it has that modern, twist to it. Still the same characters, still the same art style, same music, that same sort of, charm that it has. But it with a nice little fresh coat of paint. Again, not a remake, it is a sequel. But so far solid. I like it a lot.
Yeah, real bold of Tim Schafer and the gang. Double Fine. But to really just not even, because I know there was a VR game they made in between the first game and this one, and they just kept it going. Not luckily for us, the average goer, not like Liquid who's playing through or replayed through some of Psychonauts, where they give you hey guys, this is what's going on, so you can get right into it. And I thought more games need to do that.
100%.
It's just.
And I did beat Rhombus of Ruin, the VR game. It's so funny because so I bought it, and when you buy it, that's how you get a copy of Psychonauts 1 for free on PlayStation.
Oh.
So that's how I was able to get Psychonauts 1 on PlayStation.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're all lored up.
Yeah.
You're lore daddy when it comes to Psychonauts, bro.
I wish I could tell you what happened in that VR game. I do not remember. Like when you're in the in the shits and you're there finagling around, and you're just like. You're not really paying attention to the story. You're just trying to figure out, like, how do I get this over there? Or I gotta throw it, and you're just there being stupid in VR, But so yeah, you kind of the story kind of takes a back seat because I'll be honest, I do not remember what happened.
Well, that's not good for the game.
Yeah.
But I get it. You VR, new tech, you kind of get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, but going towards it, we're gonna touch up on the negatives, but I want to get the positives out of the way because boy, this game has it in spades.
Yeah,
man, from the art to the music to the character, Rasputin is such a lovable main protagonist. You instantly like him. It's the way they like communicate him for being like the main point of the world as you're seeing it and being introduced to it while not being an idiot, like, what does this mean?
Right.
Like, oh, you're this from this comic book that I read, da 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 da, and like he knows the answer, but that's his way of telling the audience, like us,
right? And
while like make characters sound competent, and I love that, man. And I feel like people don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great way to introduce new characters. You know what I'm saying, like to the story as well. It's just done very well overall. And yeah, I'd have to agree. Raz's character is awesome. Like I love just the way he dresses. I love his big head. Couldn't find the better voice actor. To play him, it's just right on the money there, and yeah, so no, I completely agree. And then to touch up on the like art style again, going back to that, even though every character they got this like Tim Burton feel, you know what I'm saying, and I love that. Like I love where everything's like misproportioned and stuff like that, where it's like it's weird, but it's fun.
You see, I was thinking more like Picasso the video game when I was playing it.
Okay.
That's what it reminded me of, like when someone will have like their eyes way out and the nose will be really big, but the eyes are small, but they're over here. And that's another thing they do so great with the characters. Like every little side character feels super built up and part of this world. It seems like story-wise, contextually, they didn't jip anything. They did like everything had a purpose and served that purpose and moved it forward. And it made me really love everything that was going on in the world. Right,
and yeah, like you said, every character is definitely, they have like their own little like features that you'll recognize which characters which. See, I feel like part one was kind of missing that, and maybe it's just because of how, just like I said, that just the technology that was there, just everything looks blurry and dull and meek, and with the way the game looks how it looks a lot better or whatnot, these characters now I feel like they can stand out a lot more, so I completely agree. I think it's great.
Yeah, going from the art style to the music, everything I think is amazing, 9s and 10s across the board. But the one drawback, my biggest problem is the gameplay felt a little clunky. Ooh. The actual platforming itself was clunky, and it sucks because everything is done to level 10. The way they deal with mental illness and how, like, not to expound upon them, like to just say this is this, but we're not like being all hoity-toity and trying to have like a cartoon way of looking at it, like using humor to deal with these very serious topics. And like I said, so it was done at level 10, and then the actual platforming is the weakest part of the platforming game, which sucks. It was so close to being like this amazing experience.
Right. No, I think that's a fair point to say. You see, with me, it wasn't that bad, and I only say that because after playing part one, this is a dream compared to part one. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Like this one, I completely agree. I can't disagree at all. Like it is clunky. I 100% it. Like especially when you come back from playing a platformer like Ratchet and Clank, like I did. You know what I'm saying? I played that and like that game's damn near perfect. You know what I'm saying? Or you play Mario. That the platforming is so good. And then you go to this and yes, absolutely, I agree. It is clunky. Part one was just I almost want to say unplayable. It's not that bad because like it's so funny because they give you this, because the platforming itself was difficult, but then they give you this hover ability. You know, so that way you can like kind of figure out where you land. And I feel like it's only put like in part 1. I feel like that was only put in that game because the controls are so messed up. Like they added that to it. So I feel like that's kind of was put in there, but yeah, I could be wrong. Luckily, this game also has that hover mechanic. It helps, but again, it's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like you still need to refine that. So no, I agree. See, I thought you were gonna complain about I feel like the map system is a little broken. Like the navigation.
I did not have a problem. It's a little repetitive because it's just like every new mind or world you get into, it's like 3 different places.
Right.
But the thing is, they used that template. But every world is so different. I didn't care.
I agree.
Like aesthetically pleasing and everything has its own theme.
Right.
And for that, I loved.
Yeah, I love what they did there as well. Just try to keep it fresh. Keep it new. And like you said, it's very appealing. But like when I was complaining about the navigation part, I guess my biggest complaint is more about the map. The map itself, it kind of like you can look at the map and you can see it, but it doesn't show where you are at on the map when the first one did. Oh. And so little things like that. Now it's not terrible if you just read a little bit of the map, you can kind of figure it out. But in the beginning, it was very like, oh wait, what? Like, huh? Oh, okay, I see. You know what I'm saying? It took a little time getting used to whatnot. And you only need it for the main hub world. You don't even need it for when you're in a level, you're good. You don't need it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just, pretty linear. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and the way I was leveling up my character, I did the ball thing that makes you run faster.
Okay.
So I can clear distance better.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I was just like, because like I said, it was the clunky part. So I was like, okay, this is my main issue with this game. But there is an avenue for me to try to bridge that clunky gap.
I gotcha.
It did help. It definitely mended that fence some.
Nice.
So I greatly appreciate it. So that's why I speak so highly of this game, because I'm like, the only problem I had, there was at least something to try to fix it. Now it makes me excited for a Psychonauts 3 because I think now you can actually challenge a Ratchet and Clank and be serious. You built the world up, you built the characters, you kind of know what you're doing, you're building the rules of this universe like a little more. But let's go after I'm gonna say like, it's not Mario. Mario is always going to be number 1.
Sure.
Even if he's number 3, he's number 1. It's just like, but I mean, in the platforming world that we're in,
right.
I think to make Psychonauts a true contender, because I wouldn't say that it's better than Mario or Ratchet and Clank.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. As far as going back to let's say if we do indeed get a sequel, then yeah, I mean, I'd expect it to be better than this. That's for sure. You figure out the sequels, you'd imagine it would only get better. Yeah, exactly. You could only hope for it, right? But I mean, we'll see. I know this game, it looks pretty. It's not, I would say, as pretty as the Ratchet and Clank or anything like that. But when it comes to, like you said, platforming in general, yes, I would hope that, yeah, like you said, it would just get better where it can compete with a lot of these titles, not even just Ratchet and Clank or Mario, but for example, there's even the smaller titles like Hat in Time. I don't know if you heard of that one. It's like I guess platform. It's supposed to be like a old school 3D platformer that has that same feel apparently. And it's supposed to be rock solid, an indie team that just nailed it. Because once games went 3D in general, you figure platforming was kind of a challenge, it seems. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep. I really dug it, and I know it's not as pretty as Ratchet and Clank, but within the style that this game has in its world, I think it's very pretty.
Oh yeah,
it's not ray tracing. Oh my god, look at the little blocks in the circle.
Look at the pixels and sparkles and yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's not this game, but that doesn't make it ugly. It just makes it different. It's different art design, and I don't fault it for it. Hell, I love the art design in this game, so I'm definitely not faulting for it.
Same.
But that's pretty much everything I have. Liquid, do you have anything else you want to add that you can think?
I mean, that was it. Still a solid game. I do plan on beating it. I do plan on playing more even after we're done here. I'm good for right now. I'm ready to talk about what we're gonna review next week.
Well, before we do that, Liquid, we gotta give that high yay or nay. Liquid, where you at?
Oh, it's a definitely yay. 100%. It's definitely a yay.
Oh, yeah. I have to agree with Liquid. I get it gets another high EA for me. Had a great time playing with it. I love that we've had a couple. I don't want to say duds, but I'm gonna say duds.
Yeah.
On the Game Pass, of like a really good meaty title to really get your teeth into to justify the Game Pass cost before we get to Halo and Forza, which is coming. And I feel like this does it. This late August to September, where you're like, oh, this is worth $15 for me to play and beat.
Right.
For like what? Is it like 12 to 15-hour gaming experience?
It might even be a little less than that, but yeah, for the most part. Like, especially you want to collect everything. One thing I did want to talk about, though, is that I thought it was a little weird. Like, so this is Microsoft's call. So they made it so that way on the Series X, I think you play it as I think up to even 240 frames per second, I think, or maybe 120. I could be wrong there. But, like, if I'm not mistaken, on PC and on PlayStation, they purposely left that out where you can only play at a capped 60 frames per second. Like, yeah, if you want to play the best version of this game, Series X is going to be the place to play it. Like, but I find it so weird, like such a weird Xbox move. When I say that,
is it really an Xbox move, or is it just a business move?
Well, that's the thing. I want to call it a business move, but if that was the case, like they didn't do. It seems like they're doing this with everything except for Bethesda. All the Bethesda properties, it seems like they're not doing it, because PlayStation 5 got a Bethesda a Doom Eternal upgrade for PS5. So did it was just a ton of Bethesda games, and then even if I'm not mistaken, I think Elder Scrolls they're going to keep that on PlayStation. That's not what I'm questioning here. I was just more of the the I guess the quote unquote best way to play the game, and it just seems like they're okay with, even though they own both properties, they're okay with letting Bethesda get up-res stuff on PS5 or even PC, but this one they're not. It's just, I don't know, it's just very weird, very odd for me.
I think it's, since it's been gone for 16 years, it doesn't have the roots that Elder Scrolls and Skyrim and stuff have in other consoles. So you can make more an abrasive move with this title than you can like a Skyrim. And I think maybe that's why they could get away with it here instead of like Sony and them doing that over there.
But that's the thing. Like,
that's what I think.
No, I get that. I know we're all speculating here, but like, because like I could agree with that. But the thing is that the fact that I think even on PC they're not letting you, like, you can't change the settings. It's still unlocked at 60 frames on PC. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on that part, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, because me and Justin were trying to play it on PC, and we were like, wait, can you not change any of these things? Like, it'll let you change it, but there's nothing that happens differently on the display. Nothing happens differently. So, yeah, like, I'm just like, and knowing how they were trying to advertise Game Pass is like, they don't care where you play it, whether you be on console, PC, whatever the hell it is, on a baked potato. As long as you get Game Pass, you're good. And I don't know, it's just very weird. I just wish I had.
I never heard anyone talk about it either, so I really don't know.
And that's what I'm also wondering. I'm like, well, maybe they're doing it like these smaller titles nobody's really going to complain about, maybe. So, smaller titles, but they can still, that way they can still make the claim, well, Xbox is the best place to play it, obviously, right? I don't know. Yeah. So
every console would say that they are the best place to play. So why wouldn't they? But heading to best places to play, Liquid, I heard you've been going on a little island trips lately.
Oh, yeah, man, I've been checking out the islands, just living the dreams over there. So, I was in Tsushima Island for a little bit. Now I just traveled to Iki Island, you know what I'm saying? Infested a little bit with Mongols, a little Mongol territory over there, those damn Mongolians. But,
go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I've been having a blast. Ghost of Tsushima, I just beat the DLC. Next week we plan on reviewing it. I plan on giving my full, just details, my full review, my thoughts, ideas on it as well. And I'm still playing that as well on the side, so definitely having a blast.
Well, guys, if you want that content, you're gonna have to come back next week for it. But until then, guys, bring it out.
All right, so we're gonna leave you off with love each other, and of course, take care. But above all else, be cool. Be cool. I hope the mic picked it up. I don't know if it picked it up the first time. But yeah.
That's good.